Hey everybody, this is Artemis Lore from the Coven page. Wanted to just let everybody know that I'm okay. I am out here in Los Angeles, and I did address the Coven page. I did address YouTube, Instagram, on TikTok and all of that. I wanted to send my condolences for anybody out here in Los Angeles that have lost loved ones or have been displaced from their homes. Out here in Los Angeles, we have one of the biggest cities of homelessness in the U.S., and it's getting ready to double. And also for the other states, if the media did not, I want to say, address other concerns about other people losing their homes during the winter, different things happening. I'm sorry about that. If you want to reach out to me, I understand that something happened in North Carolina and the news did not pump it up the way they did for Los Angeles. That was brought to my attention online. I don't control the media, but I'm here if you need emotional support as well. And anybody else across the board that has ever lost anyone at all and, has ever lost a home, I'm here for emotional support as well. So with that being said, I have a list of things here that I want to talk about. Right now in my cauldron, I'm actually burning camphor just to kind of, camphor really clears out. It's kind of strong, you know what I'm saying? But at the same time, it's literally like it smells like Vicks. But it really helps when you're going through a lot of emotional stuff and you need to get some baggage off of you and you need to find something that's going to work. Burn camphor on a charcoal disc. So this is something I'm doing right now because I'm getting ready to talk about this list, including spiritual discernment, or what I call spiritual discernment. This is something Spirit told me when I was going to emotionally react online, and Spirit told me, don't do that. And I ended up pulling back for a few days to collect myself and my thoughts. First thing that I did, and this is, because I just went through something. The first thing that I did is I decided to clean my home. I decided to clean my home, and I decided to freshen up my altar and redo a new altar for the new year. That still needed to be done. And, when you're feeling kind of weak and you're feeling kind of drained and you're going through a lot of emotional stuff, this is a good way to kind of rebuild yourself. Because right now, everybody's rebuilding. We literally hit a few portals, and also the planetary alignment this week with the Cancer full moon. So many emotions and so many things were going on. A lot of people felt drained, felt emotional, tired, worn out, or just, some of us just kind of went delulu. I did too, literally behind closed doors. And it's good to laugh these things out. But, like I said, watch your energy. So we got the camphor going. Let's talk about spiritual discernment really quick. I also will be doing probably a candle spell, more like a healing spell. This is something I did for a friend recently, and certain things just changed. I actually have a white candle. It's I've used it for things just to kind of like relight other candles, but it's the only one I have. And sometimes this happens, when you don't have all of your tools, not to say you need to use them, but I'm going to use this white candle today. Okay, so with energy and emotional healing, it's okay to take a step back. You don't have to prove yourself to everybody. You don't have to always be in the limelight. I'm this type of person as well. I only recently started coming out more when I saw a threat, and that was back in September. And after that, I decided, you know what, I'm going to start helping people heal, helping people protect themselves. All right. Now, I'm showing you right now that I'm burning camphor. That's an easy, basic protection when your energy is not right. All right. It's kind of a strong smell, but it's worth it if you feel really dragged and drained and bogged down. And taking a step back is like, there's nothing wrong with that. Okay. There is something called spiritual hygiene as well. And I believe with spiritual hygiene, sometimes we don't have boundaries. You know, I know a lot of people are upset that TikTok may be going away. You know, certain things may be going away, which really sucks because we created communities and like, you know, families within TikTok, but there was a lot of turmoil and toxicity too. Okay. And, you know, freedom of speech is freedom of speech. You can do whatever you want to do. I just choose to have some kind of spiritual hygiene. Spiritual hygiene may be, you know, not telling all everything. You know, maybe, you know, there's no real right or wrong way, but it's up to you what you want to do. And I have learned this, and you know, like I'll give you a story. So I teach these classes. Well, I used to teach classes on Udemy. All right. And there are a lot of trolls on Udemy. I mean, those classes are old and people used to come for me all the time because I was brand new, but I knew a lot of things and I wanted to, you know, people kept asking me. So I went ahead and started classes because that was told to me over and over again. And then I finally decided to teach classes, basic classes. And one day, somebody left a really rude comment. People will do this because they need that anger energy from you. People siphon energy all the time, especially online. And I got really angry. And one day I came out and I said, you know what? If you don't like this class, I don't give up. And well, number one, it was unprofessional. Number two, it scared people because I was teaching witchcraft and I literally was doing like circle casting. It wasn't just all about candles. I was doing the whole nine. Somebody that's close to me said, you know what? Stop doing that, because if somebody feels threatened by you, they'll blame you if something goes wrong. They'll say that you got angry, or you got angry at your students, or you got angry at the community, and all hell went loose. And I'm like, okay. So ever since then, I try my best. If I'm going to lash out, I do it behind closed doors, and I have to watch my energy because I actually have seen what happens when my inner Lilith comes out and people start getting tore up. Okay. And it's not just anybody. It's like people who have done me wrong that didn't know. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, watch your energy. You don't know how powerful you are. You know, this is nothing to play with. Even people who don't practice. You know, another person I was close to said sometimes, you know, people would piss me off and I would just think something and something would happen. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, ooh, you know, so when that happens, be aware, because you don't want to hurt innocent people. You don't want to hurt all your friends. But at the same time, that energy bounces from person to person to person to person. Right now, what people are upset at are the government and their rights being taken away and being disrespected online. That's what's happening right now. Or being laughed at because they lost a loved one, or being laughed at because they lost their home. This is not the time to be playing with people out here with all of these emotions and thoughts that can turn into entities. It's true. All right. So we're in a very fragile time right now, and things are getting shaken up, you know, all across the board. And, you know, so I take a step back, I relax, I think about things. Okay. And a lot of people were doing shadow work online. I understand, you know, we do have emotional support in our spiritual communities, but it's very important to work on yourself, get rest, heal. A lot of us, we have clients, you know, we need to, you know, learn how to, you know, just really like heal ourselves so we can heal others and be available for that. So that's something that I wanted to talk about. But before that, I just want to talk to you guys straight from the heart before I get into this list. Number one, airing out how we feel. There's nothing wrong with that. Okay. And I'm not going to tell you guys what to do. I'll tell you how I see it and what I do in certain situations. Because remember, there's always somebody out there that's looking for an opening to hit you with negativity. And, when you're crying and you are, expressing all of these emotions out to the open public for the whole world to see, you never know what somebody is doing behind closed doors, because boom, you're open. You're open and available for them to do whatever they want to do. Whether it's having whether it's having a picture of you on their altar or whatever, or even, laughing at you and stuff like that, taking advantage of the fact that you are going through something. We also have, spiritual people that are, I want to say, more, fear mongering, or pushing out fear to people. Your friend is trying to hurt you, your friend is trying to do that to you, your friends are the ones that really want to take you down. We got to take that with a grain of salt. I would say do divination. Find out about that first before you go around thinking that everybody's trying to do something to you and mess around and have, bad karma for the whole year. This is something that, we need to take into consideration. Yes, people do stuff to us, but understand the difference and don't assume it is your friend, your neighbor, you're this, you're that. By the time you look up, you done did so many spells on everybody, there's nobody even left. And by the time that stuff starts hitting you back, or maybe it's not hitting them directly the way you wanted it to, now you're rethinking some stuff. So these are all things that I learned. And I'm not going to call myself a baby witch anymore. People keep saying that. I've only been in it 5 years, but at the same time, there's a lot of things that I have learned. And one thing I have learned is not to have yourself open. And one of a spiritual practitioner, I'll actually try to find him and put his link in the description. He explained, and I watched him years ago, and he explained opening up yourself to the world in an emotional toil. Sometimes you don't want your enemies to see you like that. So I waited and did my shadow work behind closed doors. And I didn't assume anybody was doing anything to me. This is Los Angeles. I'm not assuming that there was one person that burned this whole state down. No, that's not what this is. But they may be looking to see if I can hang, during the aftermath. And I can tell you that I can. And the reason that I can is because I've been through so much stuff in my life. I have been through so much stuff. Yes, I have been put in people's jars. I have been put, pictures of me in cemeteries, the whole nine. I have been through a lot. LA is more like I want to say it's, you got to survive here. So by me learning how to survive in real life, I learned how to survive on social media and using, my magic, my intuition, candle magic, whatever it is, to help me get through. Okay. And when stuff like this happens, I like to take it back to the basics. Basic healing candle spell, basic return to sender removal. The things that I've used to build me up to be, to get here in the first place. Now, what I'm going to do here is I'm going to go ahead and cleanse this candle because it's the last one I have for today. And I'm just going to do literally a quick little healing spell with this. I'm going to go grab some rosemary. I'm going to go grab some eggshell powder. I'm going to grab some oil. I'm going to get a piece of paper, a pen, and something to carve with. And I'm going to go ahead and do this and let this burn down. So I just cleansed the candle with salt water. All right, so I'm going to put that there. I'm actually going to clean my mirror, and I have to get a couple of other things. Okay, so I have my mirror. I have my white candle. I have some rosemary. I also have some eggshell powder. All right. And I have petition paper and my athame, or whatever it is that you need to carve with. You can even use a toothpick. It's literally this simple. Now, I'm going to write my name in black marker. All right. Now, it's optional. You can actually put your location and your birthday on the other side. So this is something I'm probably going to do right now. So I'm going to put that there. All right. Now, the other thing that I want to do is make sure this is even, because I want to put this here. All right. And then I'll tell you what to do with this after this is all done. So what I need to do is I can either shave it down and then I can also melt it so it can stay. So that's something that I may do. All right. But first, what I'll do is I'm going to write my name coming kind of like going up towards the wick. I'm going to actually carve my name in this candle. So if you have eggshells, you can actually grind them down, okay, into a powder, and you could do this as well. If you don't already have some that's packed. Since this is a basic candle spell, I could do it right in my hand. Whatever oil you decide to use, if you have any uncrossing oil, you could do that as well. Now I'm going to take some of this eggshell powder and sprinkle it on here, especially over my name. And then what I'll do is just put some eggshell powder around the petition. Just a little bit. And what does the mirror do? The mirror reflects negativity, basically. It reflects all of that stuff. Even though I'm covering it, it's still going to work like that. Now I'm going to take some rosemary and I'm going to put some of that on the petition itself, just around the candle. I don't need that much. All you do is put your hands over the candle and say, by the power of 3 times 3, I reclaim what was taken from me. My destiny is mine to hold. Return to me what was controlled. Okay. That's one that you can do if you feel like your energy has been taken, if you feel like you're drained, if you feel like you need to take your energy back. Now, to release negative emotions, you can say, after this cruel memory has been seen and said, erase these thoughts from my heart and my head. After this cruel memory has been seen and said, erase these thoughts from my heart and my head. I have done this before with a different candle healing spell. It was a blue candle, if you guys remember that. Or you can do the, by the power of 3 times 3, I reclaim what was taken from me. My destiny is mine to hold. Return to me what was controlled. So there's 2 things I can do with this. I can fold it up, all right, with the candle wax that's left over and keep it with me, or I can burn it. Either way, when it's done. While this candle is going, you want to continue burning the camphor. It's very important that you continue burning the camphor because it is clearing out negative energy off of you, even if it is your own stagnant energy because you haven't been feeling well. And this is a basic candle spell. I think this is a good first step. Yeah, that's what I'm doing. So I'll talk to you guys later. And I know people are going to watch this back. So let me go ahead and end this now. Bye.